Want an authentic, easy-to-make 80s vintage party food recipe? I'm Marcy McDonald with Pacific Northwest Suburban Homesteading. This week, Scott, the Homestead Spouse, will mix up a batch of Crispix mix, a variant of the Chex mix every party seemed to have back in the day, from a recipe I found in my mom's recipe box.
So we are continuing our vintage recipes series. One of the things we're going to talk about today is Crispix mix. Y'all have heard of the Chex mix. This is similar, only it uses Crispix. And it's a lot easier, actually. I've made both, and this one's much less annoying. Starts out with butter, specifically melted butter. I got myself a good cake pan here. A 15 by 10 cake pan is what I'm using for this particular recipe. You just need something big enough to hold about 6 cups of Crispix and a cup of pretzels and a cup of nuts. So this is going to be plenty for that. First thing I'm going to do is melt some butter, because that is the heart of the recipe. I have 3 tablespoons or roughly 43 grams of butter here. I need to melt this. A couple of different ways I can do it. I can stick it in the microwave and melt it that way, or I can cheat. I can put it in my baking sheet here and then go turn my oven to 250, which is what I need to do for the recipe anyway, and just put that in there and let the butter melt in there, which is what we're going to do now. Oops. Have to do it again because I pressed the wrong button. So I just started the oven preheating. There's no reason why I can't use the preheat to melt my butter. So I'm just gonna take this as it is with the butter in there and stick it in the oven while it preheats. Now we just wait for a few minutes for the butter to melt. Our butter is nicely melted there. Transfer this over to my working area and close my oven. Now that I've got my butter melted, I'm going to put together the rest of the actual sauce that goes on the cereal that we're going to use. First thing I've got is a teaspoon of seasoned salt. The original recipe calls for one particular brand, but you can use anything you want. So I put that in with my butter. And I have 4 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. And 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. Just add that right to my butter in the bottom of my pan. Then I'm going to take a spatula and give that a good stir in to mix up my sauce a bit. After you make this a couple of times, you can vary the seasonings and use whatever seasonings you actually like. It's a very forgiving recipe. If you like it a little tartar, throw in a little bit more lemon juice. If you like a more salty flavor, throw in a little bit more Worcestershire. You can always add garlic powder, onion powder, pretty much anything you want to this. Okay, I've got my seasonings and sauces incorporated nicely there. Now it's time for the actual meat of this thing. Specifically, our cereal. This is the Crispix brand. You can use any cereal you like in this.
Crispix is made with corn and rice combined to one piece of cereal. Feel free to use whatever similar kinds and brands of cereal that you like. The Chex Mix recipe, for instance, calls for a combination of wheat, corn, and rice individual cereals. Just make sure the total amount of whatever combination makes up a total of 6 cups when you're done.
This is what I always used to get when I was a kid. Brand new bag. There we go. And I need 6 cups of this. Okay, to that 6 cups of Crispix, I'm actually going to add a cup of salted nuts. And for good measure, 1 cup of miniature pretzels. Those are harder to measure because they go everywhere. But as you can see, the proportions vary a little bit. If you like more pretzels, throw in more pretzels. If you don't like pretzels, don't use them. Any combination of crackers or cereal or nuts can work with this. You can even use bagel chips. These are pretty good. I had these for the Chex mix that I did recently. They're pretty tasty. I might throw a couple of these in here. Just a couple. For these, you'll want to break these up a little bit because they're a bit bigger. There we go. Just a little bit for extra flavor. All right, now that I've got it all in there, I'm just going to stir this all around with my sauce to get it all absorbed into the cereal and the pretzels. For those of you that remember this growing up, you're not going to worry about this part. For the younger people that may never have seen this before, you're going to think to yourself, oh my God, you're getting your cereal all wet. Yes, I am, but I'm going to put it back in the oven and dry it out. And all of the flavor from the Worcestershire sauce and the lemon juice and the butter is going to adhere to the cereal in an oh so tasty way. Okay, so I got this all mixed up nice and neat. I'm gonna try to flatten it out to a nice and even layer there, or even-ish layer. And then it's gonna go back in the oven for an hour. Every 15 minutes, I'm gonna give it a stir, and then it'll be done. Here we go. 15-minute timer set, and we'll come back and give it a stir. All right, my wonderful watch just told me it's time to give it its first stir. It's already coming along nicely. So I was looking at the recipe card, and I realized that this doesn't bake for an hour. It only bakes for 45 minutes instead of an hour. So we're just going to stir it 3 times. And this is number 1. It already smells tasty and delicious. Okay. And back into the oven for 15 more minutes. Timer went off for the second time, so time to give it a second stir. Starting to develop some good color on these now. There we go. I'm back in the oven for another 15 minutes, which will be the last 15 minutes. So when it comes out of the oven next time, we're going to lay it out on a baking sheet with some paper towel to absorb any excess moisture and let it cool off. Just have some paper towel that I folded over to make a little double layer paper towel section here. And when the mix comes out of the oven, I'll just spread it across this and let it cool off on the paper towel. The last timer just went off, so we're going to go ahead and pull this out and put it onto the cooling tray. There we go. You just want to let this cool until it's cool to the touch, or you can put it in a bag or a container or a box. If you try eating it right now, it will burn. So at least give it a 5-minute rest before you go into it. That's probably all that's going to wait for me before I get into it. Okay, maybe I'm not even going to wait 5 minutes. Oh yeah. I like that. And that is Crispix mix.
I hope you enjoyed one more vintage party food recipe from the 80s. Party mixes like this are easy, highly customizable, and people like them. Consider giving it a try for your next summer barbecue. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Till next time, be curious, keep an open mind, and never stop learning.